What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling! And here!
Wrestling?
Why?
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
Why? Why?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Why not? Why not?
It's fake.
Fake? What the hell are you talking about? Fake? It's not fake.
Fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Okay, wrestling.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa. Oh, what's going on there? Hello? Hello? Uh-oh. I have no idea what's going on there. Hello? Whoa, okay. That's not better. Hello? I thought this was sounding right, but obviously something's off. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Hello? 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 Okay. Oh, that's not good. Suffering succotash. Hello? 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 Um, hello?
Hello, 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 hello. Is that better? Shit. Hello, hello. Well, I don't think that. Hello. All right. I don't know what's going on here. Hopefully it's fine. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, it's not doing. Okay, that might be better. Hello, ladies. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. And of course, some technical difficulties, as always, follows. Anyway, hopefully everybody's having a good Friday. Hopefully you can hear me clearly now. Going to stall a little bit for see a couple people in here can give me a cue, see if everything's a-okay. Let's see here. Oh, go. What is it saying now? Oh, no. I don't need that. There we go. That's what I need. If I can. everything's set right. Anyway, let's see. Hopefully everything is sounding right now on everybody's end. Anyway, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a Wrestling Gold Friday night. I am your host, Ronald Ray, your boy with a cornbread accent. Like I said, hopefully everybody's having a good Friday so far. And you know how we do it. We crack open a cold one here. Give cheers to all the hardworking men and women who, Had to do that before I had to do cheers. Anyway, yes, hopefully everybody's having a good weekend. Hopefully too many of you don't have to work this Saturday. As you see, I am at my home. Thought I'd be, technical difficulties free, but of course not. Always got to have the technical difficulties. Anyway, so cheers to all you hard working men and women who worked hard this week and are possibly all the women are possibly working hard this weekend. So cheers to you all. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I'm home. Thank goodness. I don't have to work tomorrow. Thank goodness. Get to sleep in my own bed. Or, pass out in my own bed. And I get to cook me some dinner later on. That's always a bright spot. Anyway, yes, this is Wrestling Gold Friday night, where we talk about the good old days of professional wrestling, back when wrestling was wrestling and wrestling was real. Because damn it, it is still real to us. Going to have a pretty good show tonight. Our watch along is going to be the fourth Cotton Bowl Extravaganza, presented by World Class Wrestling Association or World Class Championship Wrestling. I downloaded it from YouTube, of course, and it's an hour long, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be edited a lot. Make sure everything's on here and everything's on there. So hey, everything says it's excellent. I mean, I just don't know how it's sounding on the other end. That's the that's the according to the headphones here, it's everything's sounding good. Even though I cut the headphones down a little bit because I just hear that echo. Or it echoes on me. Okay. That might be better. Oh, okay, that's why. I'm not playing any music. Okay. That might be a little better. Sorry, new toys. Getting the bugs worked out as I go, of course. Everything kind of in the middle here. Do I want to be high? Do I want to be low? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe did I accidentally press a... I think I might have one of those buttons that changes your voice. So that might be what happened. Might be what happened there. Anyway, enough about me, but my technical difficulties here. So hopefully everybody can hear me clearly. Like I said, I'm stalling a little bit. Gets people in the chat here some time to get settled in. I know it's Friday night, getting off work. Probably got your belly's full. I'm having me a cold drink. Ugh. Good stuff. But so yeah, that's gonna be our watch along for the night. The fourth Cotton Bowl Extravaganza. Should be a good one. Kind of look back on there, and I think this is, if I ain't mistaken, this is when Kerry Von Erich came back from his motorcycle accident. So I think they're gonna have a little thing with him on that program. So lots to get into, not too much. So let's go ahead and get the thing going, because I hopefully, if y'all stayed this long, I do appreciate it. I still consider myself a rookie about this stuff. So technical difficulties are always a thing here. So hopefully everything's sounding good. Hopefully y'all can see me. Lights are on. Everything's good. There's your camera. Hey everybody. Hi everybody. Oh, I realized too. Sorry, I know I jumped the thing there, but apparently I can. This thing's got a sound pad here. I can record things and push the pad and make noises, but I haven't recorded anything on it. So maybe eventually I will get around to doing that, but not right now. Not at this moment. Not at this moment. So yeah, if y'all can't hear me too good, just let me know, and I'll make some adjustments here. Let's see here. So, how we start off every Wrestling Gold Friday night, we do a Today in Wrestling History. Of course, today is October 17th, almost Halloween. I mentioned last night on the Spot Show live stream that last weekend I watched the Maniac Cop trilogy, 1, 2, and 3. Campy, yes. Enjoyable, entertaining somewhat. Yeah, if you did that campy, I guess it was late 80s, almost 90s horror movies, has Bruce Campbell in it. Well, Bruce Campbell's in the first one and a little bit in the second one. And it has that dude had that big freaking jaw. Can't think of his name right now. He was in that movie Tango and Cash. One of the prisoners in Tango and Cash. If a lot of you seen that, that's another underrated movie. No, it shouldn't win an Oscar or anything, but definitely an enjoyable movie of things of that in that era. But so I'm kind of like looking for some more other horror movies, maybe something sort of current, but not too. Let's just say not for today's audience, or made for today's audience. Usually, if they say made for today's audience, it's probably bad. But I did hear the best line today about like people like me who like watching older stuff too, or listen to older music. It's like, yeah, I may listen and watch older stuff, but hey, I'm old. I don't care, and I don't care to be hip. So, or no, excuse me, I fucked that up. I'm old. I don't care, and I don't need to be hip. So, there you go. So, if somebody would have said that when I was younger, I would have understand better. But now I'm older. I get it. So for young people out there, when you have older people who are like, nah, this classic rock stuff or, rock from their era sounds better and all that. And they enjoy watching older stuff instead of up to date stuff. That's the reason. They're old. They don't care. And they don't need to be hip. It don't matter to them no more. They just know what's better. Or we know what's better. Kind of like classic wrestling here. So let's get right to it here. Like I said, today is October 17th. So yes, if you're out there in the chat and all that, not only to say hello and give us any kind of memories you have, Also, if you got some, decent horror movies, hidden gems, let me know in the chat. Or if you're not watching this live and you watch it on replay, let me know in the comments. Also, hey, if if you stayed around this point, trust me, it's going to get better. If you enjoy just a normal guy talk about professional wrestling, hit that like button. Also, help your boy out. Click on that subscribe button, and let's get rolling here before I really act like I'm shitting myself. I shitting myself. Okay, here we go. All right, on this day in 1972 in Memphis, Tennessee, at the Mid-South Coliseum, drawing 5,094 people, Len Rossi defeated Frank Martinez. Kevin Sullivan, yes, that same Kevin Sullivan, way back when in 1972, defeated George Holtz. Ken Lucas and Dennis Hall went a Broadway with Bobby Hart and Lorenzo Parente. Al Green and Al Green and the Great Fuji. They also went a Broadway with Tojo Yamamoto and Eddie Marlin. Of course, if you started watching wrestling by the time I did, Eddie Marlin, I think he's the grandson and father-in-law of Jerry Jarrett, of course, grandson to Jeff Jarrett. And he was the matchmaker and all that in Memphis. You did see him a lot on those, especially the 85, 86, hell, even before that, I think. Like during the 80s right there, he would come out, make the matches for the Mid-South Coliseum. Also, I think, can't think of his name now. Tom Ernesto. I believe Tom Ernesto. I think he came in to book for a little bit for Memphis. I think it was like around 84-ish. And I don't know why I've not seen too many of those. So therefore, I think he came around right around there, and like 84, 85-ish, early 85, and was like a heel matchmaker or a heel authority figure, probably one of the first ones you've seen ever. Now, of course, in the 90s, the Vince McMahon, Austin, it became a thing to do, and I'm kind of glad they don't do that too much anymore. But anyway, I digress on that. But yeah, you did see Eddie Martin a lot. But yeah, he was a former professional wrestler. Like a lot of people, one time tag team partner of Tojo Yamamoto. Also on that card, we had the interns and Ken Ramey. They defeated Tommy Gilbert and Bearcat Brown by disqualification in a handicap match. Southern Tag Team Champions, the interns. They defeated Len Rossi and Kevin Sullivan. Don Green defeated Johnny Walker, who would become Mr. Wrestling number 2 in a no DQ hair versus title match to win the United States Junior Heavyweight Championship. Sad news on this date in 1975, Ron Dupree dies of a heart attack in Tacoma, Washington. Ron Dupree was the tag team partner in the Hells Angels tag team with Chris Colt, and they were an item back in the day. Now I've read somewhere where they were pretty open about it, and according to Dark Side of the Ring, they wasn't so open. So maybe it's one of those open to certain people, but and certain people they trust it because let's face it, 60s, 70s, maybe around San Francisco, of course, obviously, and New York, obviously, they probably could have got by with a little bit more, but just a different time back in the day. So some people want all that hip to it, and like people now, I believe the majority of the people just don't care. Just leave kids out of it. That's all I'm saying. But yes, but he wound up passing away of a heart attack. Also on this date in 1985, Frank Goodish wins the Western States title from Ray Candy. Of course, Frank Goodish, better known as Bruiser Brody. That match took place in Lubbock, Texas. On this date in 1982 at the Omni in Atlanta, in a no disqualification Falls Count Anywhere match. Yes, they had these matches back then. Tommy Rich defeated Buzz Sawyer. This was just a long-standing feud at that time. I think they had like a 2-year feud, something like that. And hey, drew some money. Stan Hansen and Ole Anderson defeated the Wild Samoans, Alpha and Sika, by disqualification. Rowdy Roddy Piper defeated the Great Kabuki, the real Great Kabuki. The Masked Superstar, Bill Eddy, defeated Paul Orndorff to win the NWA National Championship. The Iron Sheik defeated Brad Armstrong, that fucking bastard. Super D, who is more famously known also was Scott Irwin, brother of Wild Bill Irwin. He defeated Big Red, which he was a big man. I think we talked about Leroy Brown last week. Big guy, very big dude who can move pretty well. The stuff I seen with Big Red, he was popular, but not very mobile. Just a small stuff I've seen. Wasn't that mobile at all. Sorry, I'm getting like messages out the yin yang here. And sometimes, yeah, I got a thing about checking it now because just in case things ain't going smoothly. Anyway, Tito Santana battled Matt Bourne to a draw, and Johnny Rich defeated Tom Pritchard. Those two would probably have a few other matches together. They were both stars in the Continental Championship Wrestling and Southeast Championship Wrestling. Also on this date in 1982, Bret Hart regains the Stampede North American Championship from Bad News Allen and Calgary, Canada in a Harlem street fight. Bad news, you let Bret Hart beat you in your own match? What's up with that, man? Also on this date in 1987 was the 4th annual Cotton Bowl Extravaganza, drawing 3,700 people at the Cotton Bowl Arena Cotton Bowl Field in Dallas, Texas. Not going to run through the card right now. Why spoil it? That will be our watch along for this evening. The main event of the show is Kevin Von Erich versus Al Perez for the World Class Wrestling Association World Heavyweight Championship. But you will see, hopefully you'll see Mil Mascaras, Tony Falk, Bruiser Brody. I think Kerry's on there. Eric Embry, Sean Simpson. So pretty good card there. So that'll be our watch along tonight. So no spoilers for you on that one. I think last time I did spoilers. Didn't really mean to. On this day in 1988, the AWA World Champion defeated Tatsumi Fujinami by disqualification. This match took place at the Mid-South Coliseum, of course. Man, didn't realize this match took place in 88. And I'm pretty sure, disqualification because, he's a New Japan guy. And, I don't know, sometimes, at that time, Memphis was Memphis, but AWA was, and him having to go to Memphis is like, look, I'll lose, but, lose by disqualification. So I wonder if there's any kind of inter-promotion or, two promotional politics went on there. So to get that DQ law or disqualification win for the Kingfish on this day in 1994 at the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee, draws its largest crowd in a long time, as 3,103 people came to see the main event, which was The Undertaker defeating USWA Unified World Champion Sid Vicious. So, Sid Vicious was their world champion. Still wasn't a draw, and this was during that time where there was, kind of WWF versus Memphis. Little few, they would bring people in to face Jerry Lawler or whoever the unified champion was, and of course, Jerry Lawler, and I do believe Jeff Jarrett started going up there and wrestling a bit. Then a little bit of controversy kind of ended that for a bit until later on they kind of partnered up again. Jerry Lawler went back up there and pretty much stayed up there permanently after that one. And Memphis kind of, there was still Memphis Wrestling. I think had a couple of different ownerships. I think one time Memphis Wrestling was a developmental territory to the WWF in the mid to late 90s. So, but yeah, they brought the Undertaker in to face Sid Vicious. Obviously, Sid Vicious wasn't bringing the crowd in, but they brought the Undertaker in, and like I said, 3,103 people. And in their defense, this was during the, as Jim Cornette would say, the wrestling recession was going on. Still kind of lagging, kind of sort of tail end of that too. This is after the WWF steroid ring boy controversy kind of this settled down. Vince McMahon was proven not guilty. The ring boy thing kind of took care of itself. Even though no charges were brought into that, but people were fired once they found out about the controversy or about what may or may not have happened. Yeah, probably did. Just my opinion, but I think now there's a lawsuit going out, towards Linda and Vince and everybody who's anybody who's alive anyway during that time. That looks like a little bit of a, I don't know. I mean, I hate to victim shame here, but that's kind of a long time to wait to sue somebody. But this is my opinion. Should have done it then. Well, what's up, Joe King? Finally made it home. What is going on? Me. Things are going. Hey, quick question. How do I sound? Do I sound okay? If you look, of course I don't look good, but does the video of me look good and I sound good? You can hear me okay? No echo, no fading. None of that bullshit. That's how we say it down south. Bunch of bullshit. Sounds good. Looks good. Let's fork and go. All right. And finally, on this day in wrestling, WWF No Mercy pay-per-view in Cleveland, Ohio at the Gund Arena, drawing 18,742 people. Of course, 1989. Wrestling is hot. The Monday Night Wars and everything. So yeah, we're packing them in now. We get plenty of audience on TV. Everything's going great. The Godfather defeated Median. Fabulous Moolah pinned Ivory to win the WWF Women's title. Hardcore and Crash Holly, rest in peace, Crash, defeated New Age Outlaws by disqualification. China pinned Jeff Jarrett in a good housekeeping match to win the WWF Intercontinental title. Pretty good little angle here. Jeff was playing that misogynist, man, women just need to be barefoot, pregnant in the kitchen type deal. Of course, China being, the hero at the time, she's, stood up for the women. Of course, pretty believable because, China was jacked at the time. So it wasn't that far fetched thinking she could not beat up a man. But I think this was the infamous night also where Jeff Jarrett supposedly held up Vince McMahon. But I think the story really is that Jeff Jarrett's contract was run out. He was make sure he did get paid for doing the honors for China. The Rock defeated the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith. Rest in peace, Davey Boy. Matt and Jeff Hardy defeated Edge and Christian in a ladder match. Val Venus defeated Mankind. X-Pac won a four corners match over Bradshaw, Kane, and Farouk. Farouk, of course, is Ron Simmons. And in the main event for the WWF Championship, the champion Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, pinned Steve Austin in an anything goes match. And if I'm not mistaken, was this the same year that the No Mercy game came out? Screw it. I'll Google it here. I'm trying to use my phone to Google. Mm. There we go. Okay. Not this time. It came out in November 2000. Probably regarded as probably at least one of the greatest professional wrestling video games in history. WWF No Mercy was available on N64. I remember playing the crap out of this game. Hanging out with my friends on Saturday. Because, of course, you had the N64, you can plug in 4 controllers. So we'd all bring our controllers and our hookups with our creative people and maybe take a couple of those marijuana pills. Maybe. Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, we'd, sit there, play it, crack jokes, we'd all do the Royal Rumble thing. And of course, if you ever played it on those games, I don't know if they still do it in those, do it now, but like if the wrestler you originally had got eliminated, you'd be the next person out. So that was like, if like somebody started off as Steve Austin, then all of a sudden they get eliminated and out comes Crash Holly or something like that. They get teased as like, oh, look at you, you're Crash freaking Holly. But then we, make fun of, make fun or do our own commentary and bullshit like that. And, and do the, since we knew the wrestling terms and stuff like that, we do the, wrestling terms. We would, like the last two, it's like, come on, man, put me over. And all that good stuff. But yes, this game. And also had lots of fun with WWF WrestleMania 2000. That came out in 99, I guess. Is that the one where we decided to have a Royal Rumble, and the only way, because you set your eliminations, you didn't exactly how to get thrown over the top rope. It can be pins, submissions, or knockouts. And now, is that the one where we just put the knockouts only on? Because I remember that lasting a long time. Yes, yeah, old cripple or not. Yeah. Yeah, I think we started off as luchadors, then, it branched out to other shit. But yeah, the cripple, yeah, the knockout or cripple on. But yeah, that little segment of us playing No Mercy, if I remember correctly, it lasted a while. Put it this way, we never did that again. Never did that again. But all in all, man, that was a fun game. And I still have not purchased. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like they'll get hit, then all of a sudden, just break, like you said, crumble down. And now, granted, if you're trying to play it now, the graphics probably not that great. I mean, this is 2000, so yeah, 25 years later, the graphics got better. But sometimes you think the gameplay got worse. Which I have not played. I haven't purchased. This is be the first time I did not purchase. Okay, second time. Because which one was it? Was the real horrible one? Was it 22? Or do I have 22? Anyway, yeah, this is. I mean, yeah, some of the SmackDown, Bring the Pain was pretty good. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, the after COVID WWE game. Yeah, I didn't buy one. I didn't buy that one. But I mean, as far as that's because just kind of heard and seen the reviews, and I was like, I just keep my $70. Okay, they skipped 2021. So was it 2022, the one that was freaking horrible? Either way, I wanted 2025, but I've not yet bought it yet. And be honest, I barely played 2024. Just did not have the time. But I am thinking about buying myself the Nintendo Switch for Christmas and carry that with me when I go out of town. So maybe I'll have more time to play. I guess I could play on that laptop, but I don't want to put a bunch of stuff on that laptop. But yeah, no mercy. No Mercy was a shiznit back in the day. And I would admit I did enjoy WWF WrestleMania 2000. Oh, but now they have the Switch 2. They have the Switch 2. So I might get myself the Switch 2 for myself for Christmas. I haven't decided yet. I haven't really. I mean, that's another thing too. I really haven't splurged on myself for Christmas last few years. Been trying to, like any gift cards and stuff like that. See, it'll be a Christmas present to myself, but it'll be bought after Christmas. Um, that way, some of the gift cards I get will go into that fund. Yes, I know I'm a cheap. Yeah, my brother was getting on to me the other day about that. Because I digress. So he called me the other day, asked me something, and as the usual stuff. Hey, what are you doing right now? It's like, I'm headed to the hotel. What are you doing for dinner? Some Stouffer's TV rigatoni dinner and microwavable dinner and salad from Ingles. And he was like, oh, why don't you just go get you something? And it's like, well, I mean, they have a Longhorn here, but I I don't want to make dinner, you know. And he was like, well, just get you Longhorns. I mean, you're getting reimbursed. It's like, yes. It's 40 bucks a day I get. And it's trying to make a little money off of it. I said, oh my God, you're a cheap son of a bitch. It's like, it's like, I guess you can call it that. Yeah, being cheap, but, but yeah, that's what I did. I do have a Waffle House, but yeah, I didn't care for Waffle House either. But I do get to make myself spaghetti tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. It's been a couple of weeks since I had a nice bowl of spaghetti. But yes, and I will say, okay, I will say, Rockmart, Georgia. I know I give it a little bit of trouble. Yeah, I mean, the other week, I think about 2 or 3 Fridays ago, where I got to go home, I went by Burger King, got a chicken sandwich and a large drink. No fries, just a original chicken sandwich, and I did get a large drink because it was a little warm that day. Sometimes you just want a large drink. Fuck it, But just the chicken sandwich and the large drink was about $9. I remember last year when I finally went to Bojangles, I got a chicken biscuit, and I think a medium drink, and it was like a little over $8. Chicken sandwich and a drink. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'll do. I'll go to the grocery store and either get like a 8-piece chicken or the Tyson's chicken patties, and with the chicken patties have chicken sandwiches, 2 or 3 nights, then or do the TV dinners, because I was kind of chickened out. I was like, okay, I don't want nothing that has anything to do with chicken, and just brings stuff for lunch, which I made that Mexican tuna salad. That's about 3 days worth of lunches, and have maybe one day to kind of splurge, but on maybe a dinner and a lunch, but yeah, this if you're constantly having to eat out, especially if you're out of town, $40 a day, this ain't gonna cut it. Because here's always the argument. It's okay. I mean, I just said it. If I went to Bojangles, got a biscuit and a drink, that's $9. If I go get lunch, even a number one value meal at McCrackdonald's, which is fucking nasty, that's almost $10. So that's 20 right there. Any local restaurants that might serve a meat, like a meat, 2 vegetables, or a Longhorn or hell, even a Waffle House. That's going to be, well, first of all, Longhorn and some of those meat two side places. $20 ain't gonna cover it. Waffle House, it'll barely cover Waffle House with tip. Now there's times where I would like go to Longhorn and just get like an appetizer and potato, and that'll be like $20, $25, and that's just going there, pick it up, no tip, no nothing. No drink, no nothing. It's like $20. So yeah, I mean that's not even getting a steak and tater and all that good stuff. But they do have an Ingles there that has a like the hot bar or whatever, and usually you get like a like a 2 pieces of chicken with 2 sides for like $9, $8, $9. And it's okay. But like I said, sometimes you just do not want chicken. But anyway, yeah, I think it spoke too much about, but I will say, man, even though I do give Rock and Rock Mart a rough time, and the Eloquent Econo Lodge and Suites at Rock Mart, I will tell you right now, that town, or at least that little square right there, man, they're some of the most friendliest people you'd ever doggone meet. I mean, good gosh. I don't think I ran into anybody who's like, because if you go to some places, you got a kid there working, and he or she's got their ass on their shoulders, and think their shit don't stink. And sometimes you got adults like that too. But man, Rock Mart, it's just, like I said, the friendliest people. Even when you run into a kid or adult that you think, okay, this person's gonna be a prick. No, nice as hell. And not just the people who work in the service industry. It's like just random people. Standing in line at the store. Hey, how you doing, neighbor? It's like, I'm not your neighbor, but hey, how you doing anyway? But yeah, like I said, probably the most friendliest town I've ever been in. Way friendlier than Albany. Way friendlier. I mean, there was a few, like the hotel people. There's one Circle K I'd go to. That dude was pretty cool. But other than that, you go into Publix or whatever. Bunch of cranky fucking people. But so kudos, I will say, Rockmart, Georgia, bunch of friendly folks out there. It's like if I would go move to another little town kind of like that, I'd move to Rockmart, but that's too far from, well, I mean, I do travel, but too far from the office and everything. And eventually I do have to go by there before I go home, or when I make it home, Saturday morning. Anyway, now I just shot the shit for about a video game, per diem, and the wonderful people of Rockmart. I mean, I am being honest, man. People are just so dadgum friendly. Using those black part words. Dadgum. But anyway, let's fire this thing up. I will copy link. The link is on the chat there. So whenever y'all ready, let me know, and I'll do the countdown, press play, and all that hunky dory. Oh, come on. Excuse me. I gotta get myself set up here. And all right. I am all ready now. Like I said, when y'all ready, just let me know. I had to get the dog settled. All right, here we go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play now. You know, I should wait 30 seconds before I push play because I know y'all like 30 seconds behind me. So I do vaguely remember this intro for World Class. I mean, I mainly remember the old style where the satellite was in the air and that one. Don't remember this one too much. Mil Mascaras, Al Madril, and Manuel Villalobos. Frankie the Thumper Lancaster. And that's Cowboy Tony, Boy Tony, Tony Falk in Memphis. He was one that I think he was the last Doink after Steve Kern. Had a little more success in the not the Pophos, but the Savoldi's International Championship Wrestling. Frankie Thumper Lancaster. Thumper was pretty solid in a ring. Cowboy Tony. Yeah, Albert Drill and Brian Diaz was pretty good as heels together. Let's see. I think he wrestled for Global for a little bit too, so this must be his kind of start. Yes, the mullets. In 87, business in the front, party in the back. Ole! Yeah, Frankie Lancaster and Wendell Cooley was a pretty decent tag team. And Puerto Rico as the Heartbreakers. And I actually came across a match. I think it was like a worldwide or WCW Worldwide or WCW Pro or something like that, where him and Brad Armstrong teamed together, and they were, pretty good as a tag team. Here comes Al Madril, the seasoned veteran. Star in Texas All-Star, Southwest Championship Wrestling. I guess this is a little bit. Trying to remember now. Was this before or after him and Brian Diaz were tagging up? But yeah, Phil Apollo, I think he did, mostly enhancement work for WWF before they put him in the Doink mask. Oh, now we got Cowboy Tony and Manuel Villalobos. Sunset flip. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Bronco Livich, man. He dude's not gonna move too fast, and he's not gonna go, flat down on the mat. He'll kneel down and give you a 3 count. Oh, double knocker. All right, there's a 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on, get the fuck up, people. 3, 4. Okay, he tagged and we got the hot tag. Who we got here? We got Mil Mascaras. Of course, we got Mil Mascaras. Double knocker. But well, back in the day, we just called them Mexican wrestlers. Now it's luchadors, which is the proper name. I get it. We didn't know that back in the day. We didn't know their proper name was luchadors. We didn't have Mike Tenay at this time. Oh, there comes the crossbody block. Maybe. Yep, there it is. 1, 2, 3, and that is it. Now, who was it? Was it Mick Foley saying Mil Mascaras was sometimes, or even for his match, I guess, kind of difficult to work with? Here comes Matt Bourne and the Sheiky baby, the Sheik, the Iron Sheik. Adrian, number 1. I'm gonna bring that Matt Bourne in here. I'm gonna humble him. I'm gonna bend him over, and you know what? And put him in a camel clutch, and I'll humble him. Bring on this the Matt Bourne. I humble him. I put him in a camel clutch, and I humble him. Yeah, that's gonna get old like a fart in church. So we went from having the last Thornton clown. Now we have the first Thornton clown here. Matt Bourne, playing babyface here. Oops, wrong one. So the first one drew 12,000 people at the Cotton Bowl. The second one drew 26,000, and by the third one it started dropping 6,000, 3,700. The fifth one was in 88, drew 4,500. And that was the last one. Last one was in 88. Cheeky Bay. Matt, you clown. I'm going to humble you. I'm going to put you in that camel clutch and I'll humble you. This was in 1987. Now, one of these, I think it was the second one or third one. Yeah, the third one in 86. Ricky Steamboat worked that one. Even though he was still under contract with the WWF, I guess they allowed him to work there. Promotions were a little bit more friendly towards each other back in those days. Yeah, it's still a decent era. But for world class, I mean, definitely tell it was still kind of. I mean, even though they had talent there, the fans just weren't buying it no more. And apparently, not too many people like Matt Bourne. It's gonna miss. Oh, excuse me. Oh, nice. That would be a nice little collection. Now, would it be? Because like I said, this is obviously edited. Oh, most definitely. But it's like complete matches. Oh, one, two. God dang. This referee's about to slow us down. Bronco Livich. Oh, was that a little low there? Was that in a lower midsection there? Oh, here we go. The 10 punches of doom. One, two. Oh, oh, nice. Complete card, complete matches. What are you talking about, referee? I'm just trying to humble him. I'm just trying to humble him. That's the reason I got my crutch around his head. I teabag him and I humble him. Oh, sunset flip. That's it. One, two. Oh, who the hell's that referee? I'm gonna humble you. I'm gonna humble you, you Matabon. You Matabon, you big Josh. You clown motherfucker. Let's see. Guess we'll have a double count out here because 87. Oh, that's gotta be a disqualification. I guess not. But definitely it's going to be probably a double disqualification. Yep, that's what referee just said. Match is over. Double disqualification. Oh, loading that boot up. Oh, right in the midsection. Give the microphone. I knocked him out with my loaded boot. Now I'm gonna humble him. I'm gonna humble him. I put the flag on him and I humble. Oh, I said, no, you're not humbling me today, cheeky baby. I humble you. I go behind and hit you my atomic drop. Yeah, it went bad. Kind of way to nobody loses. Because I'm trying to think, 87, I think, wasn't Sheik still in WWF? It's John Bon Jovi. Tommy used to work on the docks. Union been on strike. Just kidding. Oh, who's that? Eric Embry? Um, I mean, Cornette, it seemed like on his interview, the little bits I've watched of it recently, it seemed like that it was all about all the people who, the wrestlers who did take a liking to him, like Bruiser Brody and stuff like that. They became a booker and all that. So, yeah, I mean, got my way, ref. Up. That's going to be disqualification. Yeah, I might have it somewhere. Say, nope, not today. But you got to think here is it's 1987. Jim Crockett's tying people up tying as much talent up as he can, as is Vince McMahon. So getting talent that can actually, because Eric was, you know, uh, Emery was pretty solid. He knew how to be that chicken shit heel. I mean, he did the babyface thing, and somehow got over as a babyface. But I mean, wasn't like oh yeah, the old school shoot. Yeah, I think I do have that one. It was like him and Tom Pritchard, I think, or Steve Carino. But we needed kind of a cocky heel, somebody solid that's definitely probably. I don't think he was under anybody's radar as far as Crockett or McMahon. So yeah, here's Kerry Von Erich is he's back after the motorcycle accident. So this is one of those little workout type deals. Got Matt Bourne, I think. Yeah, Matt Bourne in there. And remember, at this time, we all knew, Kerry had the motorcycle accident. None of us knew he was in there wrestling with a prosthetic foot, and he just did a kip up. I can't even do a kip up with both feet. And he just did one with one foot. So, yeah, we had no clue that, again, he was wrestling on a, uh, cosmetic or artificial foot where you don't peg foot. Yeah, he lost one of his, lost a foot in a motorcycle accident. Obviously, it's the one with the knee wrapped up because they kept telling people that he has a severe knee injury because that accident. They didn't tell anybody that he lost his freaking foot. Now, supposedly there is a rumor now that Vince McMahon was wanting him to expose that, hey, he has one foot. And I think Kerry's like, nah, I don't want nobody to know. Because it's going to build a story around like, hey, this guy was an accident. He lost his foot, but hey, he's still in there working with one foot and doing pretty good. There's Fritz telling everybody what to do. Yeah, it might be the one I got. Uh-oh. So yes, this is Brian Diaz just turned heel, turned against Kerry and Kevin. He's a childhood friend of Kerry Von Erich, which that is a legit story. He was the legit one of the best friends of growing up of Kerry Von Erich. Uh-oh. The Thumper wants the testicles of strength here. So let's go. Now he's going to knee him or kick him in the stomach. Oh, killer Tim Brooks. The killer Tim Brooks. Watch it there, Brian. Watch what foot you pulling there. Chris. I ain't gonna put with that shit. There you go. There's that discus punch. That wasn't pretty. It's like, all right, Kerry, foot didn't fall off. Guess you're good to go now. Yeah, enough of this shit. I mean, I mean, like I said, if knowing what you know now to do was probably freaking hurt, man. But so, watching it now, I mean, if I didn't tell you he had a prosthetic foot, would you, could you have tell that something was off or anything like that? Yeah, pretty much. So apparently there's a interview too now of that dude, that I guess that security dude that's right beside Kerry. And apparently he had a relationship with Sunshine. Yeah, he definitely couldn't tell back then. I mean, he just thought, hey, just came back from knee injury. And he didn't look like anybody else that, oh, here comes Brian Ideas. There we go. It's breaking now. It's breaking down now. It's like, God damn, I got to take another one of these damn tornado punches. Ah, the Black Superman, Tony Atlas. No, not really. I mean, they were solid. I mean, but a little they were a little snug. Said, boy, I'll take this damn boot off and kick your ass with it. I'll take this foot off and put it up your ass. Yeah. Oops. Yes, they were. And I mean, it's kind of like they say, once the tragedy was striking the stars. I mean, that's when the territory went down. Now that's a dude that should got he should have been a little bit better star. That did, Al Perez was pretty good. But he was one of those wrestlers that didn't put up with no shit either. And of course, there's Gary Hart. I mean, I put him on that best managers ever list. Poor Broncos, like, God dang. Didn't I just officiate some workout bullshit? And for you belt fan, I mean, that the world class world title, that was a beautiful belt. Yeah, Broncos like, okay, I had enough. I'm good. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, Al Perez would definitely have been a better opponent during that whole JTEX versus Flair, Sting, and I guess you can call it when Ole and Arn Anderson came back. It's supposed to have been Tully Blanchard, but stop that one. But and if he, I think he did go to WWF, and I believe he had a. Yeah. Someone messed up somewhere there. Yeah, that's what I said. Somebody got lost somewhere there. But yeah, if he just stayed in WCW, I think eventually he would have been a top star. Had to be. I mean, I think he would have been one of those where the fans would turn him babyface, or at least got behind him enough to where, if he was a heel, you had to push him. There, that's what he was looking for. That don't look right. That don't look right. It never did. Yeah, I mean, I like Gary Hart. So another, like I said, I don't know how true this is. Um, but when I was trying to scramble around for whoever's going to take Bruce Beefcake's spot after he got the parasailing accident, um, Kerry Von Erich wasn't the first choice, even though he was coming in. He wasn't the first choice. British Bulldog David Boy Smith was the first choice, but they couldn't get his visa worked out. And like I said, I'm not sure how true that one is, but Uh-oh, it is breaking down. I mean, Al Perez credit, man. He knew how to bump around. He knew how to make the baby face look good. Up there's it. Oh, and I see in world class if that was considered disqualification, Al Perez would have lost the belt. Oh, there's the referee. Bronco's like, oh damn. Oh, it's breaking down now again. Poor Bronco's like, Rich, I'm old. I ain't gonna move around too much. So yeah, the people in the Cotton Bowl, they seen that Kevin Von Erich pinned Al Perez. Um, However, when they turned it on to World Class Wrestling, uh, the following week, the following Saturday, we find out that due to outside interference, because we did see Kerry hit Al Perez, they reversed the decision and gave the belt back to Al Perez. So Kevin Von Erich was never officially considered the champion. Oh, there we go. And that right there explains it. What I just said. Yep. I was about to say that was a classic dusty finish there that other people used. But so yeah, that was the fourth inning one. Like I said, the following year would be the last one. I think they had a little bit more. Yeah, they wound up getting like 800 more people And of course, that one had Kerry versus Jerry Lawler, Jimmy Valiant. The Super Black Ninja, which was the Great Muda. Let's see who else at the time. Jeff Jarrett came in. That's when the Freebirds came back. Terry Gordy, Michael Hayes, Samoan SWAT team was there. He had Terry. The following year, he had Terry Gordy versus the Botswana Beast. King Parsons came back. Oh yeah, yeah. They had some solid stuff at the time. I'm so okay. Just kind of running through the fifth Cotton Bowl Extravaganza. They had a match with Jimmy Valiant with the Macho Midget versus Killer Tim Brooks and the $1 Million Baby. That match alone, I gotta see if I can find it. Check that one out. Now the second one, that was a good one. That's the one where you had Kevin and Kerry versus Chris Evans and Gino Hernandez, hair versus hair match. Yes, I gotta see if I can find just for myself, just kind of watch that. Yeah, I think that was the next to the last or the last David and Mike Von Erich um what do they call it? Parade of Champions. Or yeah, the David and Mike Von Erich Memorial Parade of Champions. I think that was that one that had the triple stack cage match. Let's see how that. Well, I mean, oh, okay. You talking about the talk about on YouTube or on eBay or something like that? Well, I'm pretty sure you can find it somewhere. Some stuff ain't that hard to find. But, but yeah, you know, can't really say that was, World Class was like my top favorite, whatever. But they had some solid stuff. Get Now you get a little more of appreciation to that stuff, and like I said, I mean, watching especially that Kerry Von Erich workout thing, uh, definitely could not tell that he had any issues as far as um As far, I mean, definitely couldn't tell he had slowed down. I mean, till he got a little bigger, muscular wise, but he was always jacked. He had always kind of, walked with a limp. Yeah, I mean, like I said, um, I think I was just more of a fan of the Continental and the Memphis, the what else? The I mean, of course, Mid South. I mean, Mid South UWF, all that good stuff. I need to find some Puerto Rico again. I need to go back to Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. But yeah, good stuff there, and like I say, you had I guess Al Madrill came in as a babyface and eventually turned heel and teamed up with Brian Diaz. Started using the what was it, the or Terry Gordy used it too, the Oriole Spike. Yeah, Puerto Rico was they, talking about bloodbaths. Puerto Rico had them. Puerto Rico definitely had them. But yeah, it's, like I said, all the stuff pretty good. I wish I can. Gosh, wish I can find some like complete. I mean, I know it's hard to because people didn't take care of the videotapes like they did in later years back in the day, some 70s stuff and I was, yeah, the Hugo, Hugo's submit. I can't say his name now. Slapowitz, or I want to say Slapowitz. Not it was Slapowitz, Shivanovic, or something like that. And did he wasn't he one time married to Wendy Richter? If I remember correctly, I think he was a. But yeah, I think at one time he was married to Wendy Richter. I think that was him. There's one way we can look it up. So I know she worked after WWF. She worked Puerto Rico. Well, she worked at a few places. There we go. I don't see one. There we go. Personal life. Grew up in Dallas. Blah blah blah. Da, da, da. Da, da. Yeah. So yeah, she was once married to Hugo's Sav Savinovich. I'm trying to spit it out. Oh, it's getting kind of a long day. Get to that time. Wendy Ritter now is a occupational therapist for Rehab Partners Incorporated. So she also competes in dog shows, including the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. But yeah, I do remember hearing about that one time. About Yeah, I remember hearing about it. Anyway, as you can tell, I'm getting a little woozy right now. So I think I'm gonna call it a night for the night. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend. Yeah, Bobby Jaggers, Ron and Chicky Star, the Invaders. Yeah, because he had kind of that high pitched voice too. I mean, not like girly high pitch, but it's TNT versus Chicky Star and Bruiser Brody. I think it was Chicky Star. I think it's Chicky Star. Yeah, commentary. Oh gosh, I can't remember now. Yeah, my memory's going blank on a few things now. The When Did Richter married to Hugo Savinovich is the last little nugget I could spit out right now. But anyway, like I said, appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Remember, if you enjoy it, click the like button. Also, leave a commentary or leave a comment about anything you want to share, memories of world class or anything I talked about this evening, or just be friendly and say hello. And don't forget to share with friends and family so they can click the subscribe button and notification bell. Other than that, you folks have a good one. Take it easy. Have a safe weekend. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show Live Stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a good one and take it easy.